exciting. Big changes coming your way. Your money and career sector. I think big wanted sort of changes, like you've been wanting to take this leap of faith, you've been wanting to start this new cycle in your money and career sector, and it's here for you. This energy is here for you to explore, to examine, to play with, to have some fun, to break some rules, and just because things have always been done in a certain way or you've always worked in a certain way doesn't mean that the rest of your life also you need to work in exactly the same way or in exactly the same place or all of that. You get the drill, Scorpio. I wish you all the very best. I think August is looking spectacular. Big Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your money and career reading for the month of August 2023. I hope all of you are doing well and enjoying the energies around us. A lot of the planets are in retrograde, so I'm sure if you've been feeling a little out of it, it's probably the stars. This time it really is the stars. But I want to tap in and see what's coming your way in the month of August when it comes to your money and career sector. Can't believe that we're talking about August already. Wow, that's exciting. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking a look at your recent past when it comes to your money and career sector. Let's look at the energies that have receded or are on their way out of your life when it comes to your money and career sector. 3 cards, please. We've got the 8 of Cups. I see some of you deciding to walk towards things, places, people, situations that actually make you happy. It's kind of like she's walking towards her sunshine and her light, whatever that means for you, Scorpio. Okay, let's get 2 more for the recent past. The Knight of Cups. Okay, interesting. Some of you could have heard some news, gotten a new offer, or contemplating a new opportunity. 6 of Swords, and this opportunity could be at a bit of a distance, could be a physical distance or in a new city, a new country. Some of you are actively thinking about relocation. Exciting time, Scorpio. Let me know in the comment section what's brewing. What is this exciting new offer, this exciting new possibility that you've been contemplating and deliberating upon? I do think I'm just going to keep going here because I want to see what are you moving away from, because the 6 of Swords is an energy of you're in a bit of a transition period, Scorpio, and maybe some of you are feeling that pull, and I bet it doesn't feel the most comfortable because being in the 6 of Swords means being kind of in the in-between worlds, like you're walking away from something. So I think the cards are the way they've shown up. It tells me that you're walking away from something, but you're still like on the journey. You're still getting to whatever it is that makes you happier in your money and career sector. And I have a feeling it's got something to do with a brand new offer or news or a brand new idea. You've been inspired, Scorpio, like something in you has shifted and you're like, hey, actually, maybe I've been looking at my whole money and career sector in one way while I should be looking at it another way. So it could be something very spiritual, like you've kind of had an epiphany or you've had an understanding and an inner knowing that the path that you've been walking perhaps doesn't feel like your own path anymore, and therefore you need to change things up or do a few things differently. Or for some others, it could simply mean something very concrete, very, very concrete, like an offer coming in, news coming in, because I do see an envelope over here. A little bit of a picnic basket as well. So I don't know if you guys took some time off to travel, took some time off from work, and you actually meet somebody or have met somebody, because for some, time is time is very hard to sort of codify when we're doing this kind of spiritual work or in the tarot. So for some people, this has already happened. For some of you watching, this will happen in early August for you. So take it as it resonates, as this is a general reading. But I feel you meet somebody that maybe inspires you in a certain way, or they genuinely have a concrete offer to discuss with you when it comes to your money and career sector. And that gets you thinking that, okay, the time has come for me to step away from all the things that are not working for me and move towards my light. Okay, before we move to the present energies, I just want to see, what are you walking towards, Scorpio, in this beautiful 8 of Cups? What are you walking towards? Let's see. No, it doesn't want to come out. What are you walking towards? You're walking towards a decision. So I think a lot of you watching have not yet taken the decision, but you're getting the ideas, you're getting the inspirations, you're getting the signals, you're getting your cosmic downloads from the universe, your spirit team, and they're asking you to examine what has kept you stuck, what has kept you feeling unhappy in your money and career sector. What's pulling you down, Scorpio, and why? August would be a really good month, by the way, to have all of these conversations with yourself and really do the inner work, because Venus is in retrograde all the way till September 3rd. And Venus has got to do with like our, luxury, assets, physical things, our money, our business. So when it's in retrograde, it's a time for us to reassess, reevaluate, reconsider, take a stock check and see, am I on the right path? Like the stuff that I've been working towards in my money and career sector, is that truly what I want? Am I walking my own path, or am I walking on somebody else's path? And there's no judgment here. Look, I mean, it's very hard to shake off, society's conditioning on us, how we've been raised, our upbringing, what our parents wanted us to do, or their expectations or society's expectations of us. And of course, we've got bills to pay, right? So we also have to be realistic. But I have a feeling in the month of August, what your spirit team is saying is, this is the month to kind of really dream big and really think about what can pivot your career to the next level. I've got this beautiful Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and I have a feeling that a lot of Scorpios are going to be unfazed, even though this is going to feel slightly uncomfortable at certain points in August. But you're going to ride the wave. You're going to go with the motions. You're going to go with the flow, because you know that it's taking you closer to your light and to your source of light, whatever that is for you, Scorpio. So let's see what these energies then start to gravitate towards. So as we move towards more present energies, so I would say you'll start to feel this maybe in the first few weeks of August. What are the energies that are coming in? This is so exciting, Scorpio. I think you guys have been on the brink of something new, even in your personal life, even in your professional life. I mean, all the August love readings are already uploaded in my channel, so do take a look at your monthly love reading if you haven't already. Okay, what's coming in? Six of Wands. You want to stand in your light, Scorpio, and you will. A lot of people are getting acknowledged and recognized. Maybe you win an award, you have been working really hard towards something. This can also sometimes, if it's not so tactile as actually, getting up on a stage and winning something, for some of you, it could be that. How exciting, and congratulations in advance. But for some others, it's more like, it's kind of connected to this Eight of Cups for me, that you're finally like, I want to shine in a way that makes sense to me. And I think for a lot of Scorpios watching, this is a very internal kind of process. Like, you don't care so much about who's watching you and who's giving you the sense of recognition. You want to be proud and recognized for your own hopes and dreams, for everything that you wanted to build in your money and career sector. I do see on a very tactile sort of level a lot of success coming in, more money coming in, offers. If you've been interviewing, I think you'll get a few job offers, and you'll be spoiled for choice, is the phrase that I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit Team. Some of you are also deciding to just pivot in a whole different direction. Maybe you currently work in a very behind the scenes kind of job, or behind the scenes kind of work, or that's what your business is all about. You are taking that courageous step, or thinking about taking that courageous step in the month of August, to actually now be like in front of the camera rather than behind the camera, is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if some of you work in the film industry, or your fellow YouTubers, and you are feeling more comfortable in putting your gift and your word out there for the world to examine, and for you to share your learnings with other people. I think you'll find a lot of success if you're contemplating something like that. I did see the Three of Swords wanting to come out. That's a sense of deep pain, upset, hurt. But how I'm connecting that to the Six of Wands is, this is something you probably always wanted to do. Maybe when you were super young, you had a dream and you gave that up along the way, like life took over, again, like there's mortgages, bill payments, whatnot, and you kind of push that dream somewhere back, and it's coming back. And the Three of Swords is a reference to that it really hurt you, it really upset you when the first time around you couldn't get this, off the ground, or whatever the case might be. Maybe you just had to give it up because of other reasons, or other, because there is a sense of disappointment attached to this. See, there's Two of Swords now flying out of the deck. You are definitely confronted with some important decisions and some important ways of thinking and ways of working in the month of August. I do see that between the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. I think there is something, Scorpio, that you'll have to acknowledge. There's also a little bit of like confronting the fear, because if for some of you, you've tried this before and it didn't work out, it's a little bit of that, like, okay, how's it going to work this time around? But your spirit team wants you to know that you need to acknowledge it head on. You need to face your fears. You need to examine them. You need to like sit down, maybe like come up with a plan as to, okay, what didn't work for me in the past when I tried this and why? And even if you haven't tried this in the past and it's a brand new idea, like sit down, maybe bounce it off with a few close friends or trusted advisors and ask them, what do you think? Like, this is what I'm thinking of doing. Or what could be like some pitfalls? What are some have you considered? Some watch outs, things like that. Okay, let's see. What else? The Four of Wands. Thinking about building your roots, like building a home, maybe like settling down, is that sort of energy. Judgment. This is a big one. We've got Knight of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. So not again, as in we had the Knight of Cups before, but I'm seeing Knights, and Knights are basically messengers. They're bringing you some news. They're delivering the news. And in the recent past, I think you had like maybe a face-to-face upfront conversation with somebody who's inspired you and spoke to you about the possibilities that exist in your money and career sector. And I feel now you're charging towards that. So as you progress into the month of August 2023, I think you realize that it's go time. Like, it's time to go now and time to get cracking on this. I'm feeling this as I'm reading the cards, right? I'm actually feeling this energy in my body where I feel like a little bit restless. Like I'm a little bit like, oh my God, like I need to do something right now. I think a lot of you will get that aha moment in the month of August, and you're going to be like, no, I'm not going to like settle for where I've been or walking somebody else's path or feeling recognized from society's standpoint, but not feeling successful in my own right. This is a major wake-up moment for you. If you look at this beautiful card, the Judgment card, it's like her soul is being liberated. You're finally getting released from the shackles of wherever it is that you've been. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. And you are finding your own home. You're finding your own level of stability and whatever that means to you. Like for some people, it might be like money saved up in the bank, or a beautiful house, like a mortgage paid off. But for some others, you're kind of having this wake up moment and saying that maybe that's what stability used to mean to me back in the day. But now actually stability to me means the ability to have expression of your work in an area and a space that actually resonates with me at a very deep personal level. You know, I love reading for the Scorpio collective. Like, I'm a Scorpio myself. I'm a Scorpio sun. I feel the readings always can be interpreted at a very surface level and a tactile level. And then there's always like higher 5D sort of realm. And then there's like the undercurrents between the two. So it's always a pleasure to read for this sign because you can pull energies in so many different ways. And I always feel very like soulful, you know, when I'm reading for the Scorpio collective, because I think it's also, you know, like I'm also kind of tapping into energies that might influence me as well. But with these like the major arcana that you have on the in the spread so far is Judgment. And that's a massive decision right before you're about to close a big cycle in your money and career sector. So I feel some of you have been doing what you've been doing maybe for the last 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, who knows. So it's been a long-standing, successful cycle. I think you found your joy, you found your success, but it's that, you know, should I now just kind of liberate myself and sort of close out this cycle before I start something else? It's that. I think you're just at the tipping point. You have to kind of take this decision. And you'll be mulling over this decision in the month of August is what I'm getting. So let's look at energies coming in. Future energies, what are the energies that are coming in? Future energies, what are the energies that are coming in? Future energies. Death, rebirth. You've shown up in your own reading, Scorpio. So this is the Scorpio card in the major arcana. This is what the sign of Scorpio is all about. Closing out cycles, opening up new cycles, birth, death, rebirth, resurrection, which is very connected to the Judgment card kind of energy that I was getting. You know, you need to take a major decision. If not in August, I think a lot of you will take the decision in August, but otherwise in September. That's going to bring about a massive rebirth of your creative energy, of your physical expression of what you do for money and career, like your career sector. Four of Swords, you're healing from that Three of Swords, all the past disappointments. And these are future energies, so you might only feel them out towards the end of August. For some of you, maybe even into September. So bear that in mind. Like, I would keep like a 4 to 6, 7 weeks kind of horizon for these monthly readings. Let's take a look at future energies. Queen of Cups. I love this for you, Scorpio. I just love this for you because, again, the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is pure healing coming about. This is you seeing the impact of all the inner work that you've done. I absolutely love this. Because you see, I mean, you started here, okay? You realize that it's time to sort of move on from things that keep you stuck, don't feel like, they're kind of like your story. Then you're up against a big decision where you want to liberate yourself and you want to stand and shine in your own light. You have the opportunity to completely rebirth a whole new cycle in your money and career sector, which is going to make you feel internally so aligned to your core. Like, you're going to be standing up in your own truth. This is that kind of energy where, sometimes you meet somebody for the first time and you feel like their energy is so clean, like they're so happy, they're so comfortable in their own skin, they're not trying to be someone that they're not. They speak at a pace or at a level of voice that is very soothing, very calming. Like, just being in their presence calms you. This is that energy, Scorpio. You are going to experience this towards the end of August, early September. And the reason why I'm emphasizing on this, that you are going to feel this, is because I can intuitively tell that a lot of Scorpios are at a state of unease about their money and career sector right now. Like, something has stopped working for you. And I get this feeling that it's very spiritual. Like, the lies that you've been saying to yourself, and I'm not calling you out, I'm a Scorpio myself. Like I said, I'm equally up there with you guys in all of this journey. Like, the stories that maybe used to work, and you could convince yourself saying, okay, look, well, it's a job, it pays the bills, like, it's okay. Or, look, it's a business that my family's been running for many, many years, I've continued it on, I've built it, like, it is what it is. I think some of that narrative that used to work on you before, that it is what it is, deal with it, like, move on, Scorpio, that's just life, you pay the bills, you earn money. I have a feeling that kind of reasoning has stopped working on yourself. You are now unable to say that to yourself because I think your soul stirring is so loud, it's deafening. You can't unsee it, you can't unhear it. And I'm feeling quite an intense energy right now when I'm saying that. So it gives me a clue that actually there's a key here. Like, this is a key ingredient to the spread. This feeling of not being able to lie to yourself, not being able to, lie to yourself sounds a bit like, it doesn't sit right with me, that phrase. So I think the energy that I'm trying to relay to you, right? Because I'm an intuitive reader, so I feel the energy, and sometimes, like, I'm feeling so much, but I think maybe I'm not being able to do justice to the energy through my words. So bear with me, Scorpio, as I find the words, as my spirit team sort of helps me relay the right messages to you. So, it's basically, you're going to be so aligned with your truth, so aligned with what you stand for, what you don't stand for, that a lot of the things that used to work for you simply won't. They'll work for you at a physical, tactile level. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to quit your job tomorrow. Some of you might. But I think some of you will understand that, okay, this has gotten me to where I am today, but where I need to go tomorrow requires a very different set of skills, requires a very different set of people around me, situations, places. Some of you could be relocating and you've realized you're not in the right city, you're not in the right, like, you don't have the right tribe around you. Like, maybe the kind of work that you want to do, it requires you to physically relocate to a place where that work is a lot more established. There are a lot more experts, a lot more people who can, speak your language and can teach you and can help you. I'm getting that kind of energy. Scorpio, stick with it. I think you will feel a little bit uncomfortable in the month of August. And sorry, I keep saying that. But I want you to know that it gets better. I want you to know that you will see it through to the other side. And you will be able to understand why now the truth is so loud, it's so deafening. Because, it's kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Tower card showed up somewhere right now. Because this is also very Tower kind of energy where the universe comes in and just smashes anything that is not aligned to your highest, greatest good. And I have a feeling this time Maybe the tower hasn't shown up because you are smashing your own tower. So the universe doesn't need to step in, because a lot of you are waking up to the truth even before the universe has to come in and help you. The universe has helped you from the perspective of it's planted this seed of thought in your head, and you've understood that, okay, this is the path I'm supposed to be on. But some of you will take action uh, right away, because this feeling is going to be so like overbearing and so clear, while some of you will realize and accept it that, okay, I've had the realization, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on a plan and see how I jump to the other side. But you get it. You get it, Scorpio. I think this month, early September, from now until early September, I think you get it. The Four of Swords keeps showing up. You are healing. Like, Four of Swords comes after that very difficult energy of the Three of Swords, where we feel pain, upset, hurt, extreme dissonance. Like, our physical reality is not aligned with how we feel. It's like you're walking in someone else's shoes. You kind of start to live as an observer of your own life, where you're just like, why am I doing what am I doing? Like, everything looks great on paper, but I feel so sad, or I feel so disconnected, or I feel so like dead inside, you know? And that the death rebirth card is here for a reason. Okay, two more for future energies. Nine of Wands. You're not giving up this time. Scorpio, something in the universe will help you persevere and will help you go the distance. This time you're not giving up, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. This time you're not giving up. Five of Cups, you're done. You're done with that feeling of holding on to all the disappointments, missed opportunities. This now gives me a clue that this is connected to the Three of Swords that we saw earlier. For a lot of you, I'm getting this energy that you have tried this before, or you wanted to dive into this before, but it felt like you couldn't, like you just lost grasp of it, or you couldn't do it because of some other reasons. And you always felt that was a missed opportunity for you, that you were on the right track. So let's say if you're somebody who has just graduated from university, maybe you had this intuitive gut feel that you should have studied subject X, but you ended up doing subject Y because that's what your friends were doing, or that's what your sister or brother did, or that's what your dad did, or your mother did, and you kind of went with the flow. But deep down, it's kind of like you're like, you know what? I just feel like I was meant to study that, and I was meant to work in XYZ sector. Like, so I think this thing, whatever this thing you're trying to grasp and hold on to in the coming weeks or so, is something that when you think about it does hurt you also. You do feel a bit sad because you think it was a missed opportunity for you. Or let's say you've been working in a line of work for the last 10-15 years, and there was something that you came very close to jumping into maybe 5-6 years ago, but you couldn't do it again because of some financial reasons, family pressures, or you just, you sometimes we don't have the courage to just switch up our lives like that. So there is this element of hurt or pain associated with this thing, but it's going to be your major wish fulfillment. Look at her. It's the Nine of Cups. The minute you jump into it, Scorpio, you know the kind of rewards, riches, output that you can get from this line of work you can't get from anything else. I just feel like a lot of Scorpios are going to be so clear about this time around. It's like day and night. You're just going to be like, there is no room for gray. It's absolute black or white, and you're going to understand what works for you, what doesn't. This is really, really cool. Three of Swords, just when we were talking about it, makes you feel a little bit sad, a little bit unhappy. Let's see, I'm going to get you some advice, and then we're going to switch to a few oracles, and we'll see how we go from there. Maybe we switch back to the tarot. I'm seeing Five of Wands. This will stir up a lot of that internal conflict, because it's also a memory that's a little bit uncomfortable of like a missed opportunity, but then also being able to confront it and say, look, I can't live in the past. It didn't work out in the past, but this time around, I'm going to try it again. I'm not going to give up. What is I did see the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, okay. What is your advice for the Scorpio collective when they're going through this journey in the month of August, early September? What is your advice for them? What is your advice for them? The Ten of Wands. You need to drop the wands on something, Scorpio. The time has come to close out the cycle. This is absolutely related to the Judgment card. This is related to the Death Rebirth card. You're closing out such a big cycle in your money and career sector that I think like the time has just come, to like close out a cycle and start something new. What's your advice for the Scorpio collective? I'm going to take two more. They're showing me the Five of Swords. At a turning point in your money and career sector. I think that much is very clear. And we've got the Six of Swords. You keep showing me the Six of Swords. You're transitioning. The advice for you, Scorpio, is to move away from that internal conflict. The time has come now to act. I think you've been pondering over this. You've been tossing and turning. You've been going inwards. You've been thinking a lot about it. You've been thinking about the past disappointments. Spirit is saying simply charge forward, Scorpio. The time has come to take a decision. The time has come to act on this energy. It's a beautiful energy. It's going to support you. It's going to take you into this brand new chapter in your money and career sector. You're not going to regret it, Scorpio. This is coming from the soul. And you can only ignore the soul for so long. And I think some of us have already been doing it. So the time has come to confront it. We'll close out your reading with a few oracle cards. I've loved this reading for you, Scorpio. You guys are good. You guys are so good. In the next 4 to 6 weeks, it's a massive epiphany, a massive change in your money and career sector. So excited for you. Do let me know in the comment section how all of this is resonating. And if you want to come back and re-watch this video, when you're already well within August, feel free to do so. Wow, simplicity. And we got that beautiful white feather. I'm getting this sense of purity, of innocence, of going back to your roots, going back to who you were always supposed to be, Scorpio, in this lifetime. Whatever your soul chose as your soul contract, a lot of you are finally waking up to that possibility. A lot of you are finally waking up to what you were absolutely put on this planet to do. Oh my God. Okay. I usually only take one, but they're asking me to take one more. So clearly there's another message. Change. Look at that. Look at that. Big change coming in. Well, death, rebirth. I don't know. I generally don't read the messages, but today I'm just doing what I've been asked to do. They're telling me to read the message for the Scorpio Collective. So the sacred landscape wants you to know it's okay to change your mind. It's all right to change directions. You do not need to be consistent. This is the time to put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. What have I been saying, Scorpio? You don't need to follow tradition. Create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Be daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. You can't control the exact circumstances of your life, but you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. I love this for you, Scorpio. I think I'm going to leave it there. So exciting. Big changes coming your way. Your money and career sector. I think big wanted sort of changes. Like you've been wanting to take this leap of faith. You've been wanting to start this new cycle in your money and career sector, and it's here for you. This energy is here for you to explore, to examine, to play with, to have some fun, to break some rules, and just because things have always been done in a certain way or you've always worked in a certain way doesn't mean that the rest of your life also you need to work in exactly the same way or in exactly the same place or all of that. You get the drill, Scorpio. I wish you all the very best. I think August is looking spectacular, big changes. If this video resonated, please do hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. Take care, Scorpio. Bye-bye.